Traffic on the N1 is peaking ahead of the long Christmas weekend. It's 2 days before the major family holiday, and holiday makers are making their way to various destinations. Police officials are monitoring the traffic just before the Musina border gate, keeping a close watch on the compliance. That's where my colleague Nqobile Madlala is on the N1. Nqobile, this route is known to be very busy, especially during a time like this. What have you observed there so far?
Well, yes, Madlala, it is in fact busy. That's because a lot of people that use the N1 would be going out of South Africa as well, into the SADC countries. This is what we're seeing right now. So these are long distance taxis that are already driving out of the country, and you can see they've got quite a big load there. And what officials are basically doing is ensuring that that load does not exceed the limit, but also ensuring that most of these cars are in the right condition to be driving and to be ensuring that people are taken from point A to point B. But where we are standing now, you will note that some of the people have been taking out of these taxis to also go inside to be able to do fingerprints. So we're going to try and show you what's taking place there. So there's a line also where immigration is also making sure that some of those suspects, if anyone is suspected of doing anything, then they've got their fingerprints here, and this is something they could potentially trace. You will remember that part of the operations that has been done is always to also check some of these fingerprints, and of course this is taking place right here just before Musina border, and most of the people then go back in line to going back to the transport that was of course being inspected by officials. But I've got Major General here to speak to us about these processes. It feels like a lengthy process, getting out of a car, going to check your fingerprints. How important is it though?
It's very important for us as the South African Police Service, with the joint operation that we have here with Home Affairs. All the illegal immigrants that are arrested, fingerprints must be taken, that we can keep record of them coming into the country, and also when we deport them, that we can have record of how many people we are deporting.
And so far, how many arrests have you made?
We've already made 855 arrests since we started on the 12th of December this year.
And today, how's it looking today?
Today is very busy. I think this is one of our busiest days. Today and tonight will be the peak of the vehicles going out of the country, but we are ready for them.
When you say you're ready, what are you going to be looking at?
So here at the roadblock, we are looking at anything smuggling goods, going in the country, out of the country. You can even find things like pangolins that are smuggled through the borders. We're looking at the illicit cigarettes, illicit groceries, creams that are coming into the country, and even things that are leaving the country. Remember, some of these immigrants are coming out of the whole part of South Africa. They can be smuggling goods, stolen goods, so we're also looking for that.
We saw you arrest about 2 people in the few minutes that we arrived here. Yes. Tell us, what are you arresting them for?
Yeah, so to explain that one, firstly, as I'm standing here, I'm a police officer, and then I'm a Major General. So I must first do my tasks. We arrested them for being illegal in the country.
That quickly? How did you find out they were illegally in the country?
So what I've asked is the driver's license and also his passport or any documentation that he has, and there was nothing to prove. And he also agreed that he's illegal in the country.
All right, Major General, we are going to let you continue with your work. Well, of course, it is taking place here just before the Musina border. I want to show you more people that are here. As you can see there, those are some of the people that are also here in the country and just getting ready to get out into those SADC countries. And what they've done so far, you'll notice that they've got some of the papers that they're holding. That's immigration also just doing their work, ensuring that there's some fingerprints that have been taken. And so they're holding some of those papers. But you will remember from that conversation we've just had with the Major General that it's important for everyone to be compliant. So some of these cars are still being checked as well. And you will see that in the operation as well, there is also SANDF that is working together with the SAPS, something that we continue to see, something we're seeing also in Johannesburg, where the SANDF is helping the SAPS. some of those people here are now just being registered and being checked by the immigration officers. We're going to come closer so we can see that process taking place. Of course, you would remember that most of these people are traveling home, and it becomes quite a long distance for them to travel. And like the Major General said, that this becomes a very important process because they also look at documentation. This is before the border, and also at the same time look at what people have been doing by using their fingerprints to ensure that everything that they're doing in the country is legally so, and that they are in the country legally.
That's our reporter, Nqobile Madlala. Of course, she's in Musina, en route, or rather on that route, making its way to Zimbabwe. Of course, many people are also being processed right now. That's a joint operation by the SAPS along with the immigration authorities as well.